Hello Year 4s, welcome back. In the previous lesson I asked you to go away and do a bit of research on an inventor of your choice, and then you were going to box up the information into different categories, and what we're going to be doing today is using that information that you've collected to write our own biographies about an inventor. So what I've also done is gone away and done some research of my own, and I'm going to be sharing that with you and modeling, turning that information into a biography, and then hopefully you will then go away and use your information and write up a biography that includes all the features that we went through right at the beginning with our toolkits and what goes into a biography. As you can see, I've used the box up layout that I showed you in the previous lesson that we used, because obviously I can't give you the piece of paper, but we've got our title, our introduction, our early life, important events, later life events and achievements, conclusion, and then I've also added on the toolkit at the bottom so that as I'm writing this, I can tick off the features that I've used and make sure that I'm not missing anything important. So we are going to start our biography, and I'm going to model to you how to turn the information that we've collected into a biography about an inventor. So my information is about someone called Mary Anderson. She was the inventor of the windshield wipers that are used in cars. So my title is going to be Mary, and it's a capital M because it's a noun, it's a name, Mary Anderson. I'm going to put a comma because obviously that's who we're talking about, and I'm going to say that she was the inventor of the windshield wipers. So I've got my title, and it tells you who you are going to be reading about. So my introduction is the next bit that I move on to. So because it's an introductory paragraph, I don't need a subheading. It's just going to be an introduction to what is going to be read. So I'm going to say Mary Anderson was born on the 19th of February 1866 in Alabama, and obviously that has got a capital letter. In Alabama, which we know is in the United States. Okay, she is most well known. She, which is a pronoun, remember, because we don't want to keep saying Mary Anderson. So she was most well known for being the inventor of windshield wipers. this up a bit. So she was most well known for being the inventor of windshield wipers before Henry Ford, who is another inventor, who began making his, which is obviously another pronoun, cars. So my introductory paragraph says Mary Anderson was born on the 19th of February 1866 in Alabama. She was most well known for being the inventor of windshield wipers before Henry Ford began making his cars. So once this is all done, we're going to move on to our first paragraph, and it needs a subheading. So the subheading first that we're going to be looking at is early life. Okay, it's my first subheading, and I'm going to start it off obviously with saying, again, it might be repeating a little bit of this information, but we can say Mary Anderson was born on the 19th of February 1866. Her, excuse me, her, because we don't want to obviously keep repeating. Oh. Now I've made a spelling mistake, so what I'm going to do is using if you've got a purple pencil or something to correct yourself, you can obviously put a neat line through. So I've written her with a Y at the end by mistake, so I've put a neat line through. I've said so that I can correct it. So her parents were John, I'm going to move this up a bit more, John with a capital J, and Rebecca Anderson. Oh, and I've made another mistake. That should have been a capital letter. So I'm going to put a neat line through it and correct it above. Anderson. And so we're putting a conjunction. She, we have our pronoun, was one of at least two full stop. So Mary Anderson was born on the 19th of February 1866. Her parents were John and Rebecca Anderson, and she was one of at least two daughters, full stop. So that's the beginning of my paragraph for my early life. And you can see I've already used some of the features that we can tick off on our toolkit. So I can already tick off that I've used a heading, I can tick off that I've used a subheading, I can tick off nouns and pronouns, I can tick off that I'm writing in the third person because I'm telling you about someone else, and then I can also tick off that I've already started using dates and times because I've given you when she was born and where she was born. So there is the start of turning my box up into an actual biography about someone. You can see at the top I have my title, then I have my introductory paragraph that gives you a little bit of information about who Mary Anderson was and more about what you will be reading about. And then I've gone on to the first paragraph that I'm going to write with a subheading of early life. And then obviously it says Mary Anderson was born on the 19th of February 1866. Her parents were John and Rebecca Anderson, and she was one of at least 2 daughters. My task to you today is to use the information that you have collected and turn it into a biography, a final biography about an inventor that you have researched and you have got all the information for, and remembering all our features that we look at, how we lay out our work, the neat presentation that we expect from you. You are going to do a final biography about that inventor. Make sure to use your toolkits. Make sure to use your editing. If you are unsure of how to spell something, you have access to something like the internet, then go and check the spelling online. If you have a dictionary at home, go and use one of those, but try and make sure that this final piece of writing is the best writing that you are going to present after learning all that you have about biographies. Please make sure to share them with us. A lot of you have been uploading things to Tapestry, which is wonderful, so well done. We love seeing it, and I'm so happy that you are working so hard from home. So make sure to put them up or tag us in them on social media if you're going to put them there. Your adults also have access to the Year 4 email account, so if they would like, they can also send it to us through that.